No gossip, gossip, no spoil another man. Use your time well, do better do. Money no dey fall from heaven, do better do. Money go stop, na true word I dey.
Yes, so a very sewing afternoon right here from the studios of iPower 102.7 FM, and of course we're transmitting live from the city of Imoreileowo, Ondo State. Welcome to another edition of Money Sense, your weekly guide to a smarter money habit and financial freedom. I am Florence Ibarema, and today we are going to be talking about your budgeting skill. Remember, the goal of the program is to help you spend your money so much that you have enough to keep at the end of the day. For our regulars on the program, you would agree with me that we've learned about how to track our expenses some 2 weeks ago, and last week we did a separate calculation and an analysis of your need and your want. So today on the program we will be talking about setting financial goals. Yes, setting financial goals, which is a roadmap to progress. Yes, for those just wondering what's happening on iPower 102.7 FM, the program is Money Sense, your weekly nugget for financial prudency. And like I said, last week we spoke about the differences between your need and your want and how you can manage both your need and your want. So today, the class would be on setting financial goals, which is the roadmap for your progress. Now, for those wondering, what is financial goals? What do you call financial goals? Now, financial goals are targets and aspiration related to money that a person wants to achieve in future. Now, there are goals you set for yourself that relate or partakes to money. Now, this could be ranging from your retirement plan, your budget to building a house, getting a car. Anything that requires you thinking long term for yourself is a financial goal, so long it relates to money. So like I said, financial goals are targets or aspirations related to money that a person wants to achieve in the future, such as saving for homes, retirement, or paying off debt. So for instance, now you have a target of building a house by 2030, for instance. You can begin from 2025 now to start saving up, which is the financial goal. The goal is I want to have a house, or I want to be a house owner by 2030. It's also important to note that financial goals can be short-term, medium-term, and long-term. So it depends on what you want to achieve at the end of the day. Now, there are key aspects of financial goals. The first is the defined target. Now, like I said, there must be something you really want to achieve, hence why you're having this financial goals at heart. So the first thing you need to take note is the defined target, which is financial goals provide specific benchmark to work towards, whereas whether it is saving for a certain amount or becoming debt free. So there should be a target why you want to employ or use the technique of financial prudency. Also, it is important to note that financial goals also enables or also comes in line with future orientation. Yes, it has to do with something you're planning to do for the future. So every time you think about setting the financial goals, note that it is because of something you want to achieve in the nearest future, and they are driven by specific need or desire for the future, like a comfortable retirement. For instance, now you know you have less than 10 years to go in service, and you're wondering, what would life be for me after retirement? You can begin from that's the 10th year now. You can begin from that year you decided to ensure you secure your retirement age to start saving up for it. But the first thing you need to know is there should be a target. Yes, I want to have beautiful retirement after service. That it's a target. Now the next thing is what? The future oriented. Because yes, after my service year, I should be able to live comfortably even when I am not working. Now that is future oriented. And of course, it also has vary in scope. It can be long term, it can be short term, it can be medium term. Now short term goals can be, for instance, you want to save for emergency funding. Maybe your kids will be going to school, the university, for instance, in the next 1 or 2 years, and you're like, let me quickly save up, let me set a target for it. That's a short-term goal. Now we also have the medium term, like you want to get a house, you want to get a car, and also the long-term goal is the example of what I said earlier, which is the retirement plan. For those just joining us, you're listening to iPower 102.7 FM. And of course, the program is Money Sense. And today we are doing justice to certain financial goals, which is the roadmap to success and progress. Like I said, we've been trying to define what financial goals are. And I said financial goals are targets or aspirations related to money. Yes, the program is Money Sense. So everything we do on the show has to do with what? Money. So related to money that a person wants to achieve in the future, such as saving for a house, retirement, or even paying off loans. Those goals are provided. These goals provide a clear direction for your financial decision. Yes, because the moment you start aiming for something in the future, it means that your spending pattern has to change, which takes us back to what we discussed last week, the need and the want. By so doing, you would know, or you would not put into mind that, okay, things that are not my need, I should skip them until I achieve these set goals. Now you may ask me, why are financial goals important? Why are financial goals important? Now the first thing it does is it provides direction. Yes, I want to have a beautiful retirement days after service. Let me start to save. First thing it does is it gives you a target. I want to live well after retirement. The next thing it also does is what? It prepares your mind, future orientation, future goal. And the third one I said was it varies in scope. It could be long, it could be short, it could be medium. And of course, the fourth thing is personalized. Financial goals are unique to each individual and can change over time. So what is your financial target for this year might not be for next year. If you are target to get a car and you've accomplished getting that car, your next target could be a house or even be saving up for your children's future. So it varies and it depends on the individual. So now we're talking about why financial goals matter. Why do they matter? The first thing on the list is it provides direction. Yes, the moment you set your mind to do something, that thing can be achieved. So it gives you a direction. They give a sense of purpose to financial directions and help you avoid drifting aimlessly with your money. For someone who had said by December 2025, I want to have I want to have a car starting from September 2020, 22nd today, meaning owning up to how much they earn, their budget and all of that. They will begin to be cautious of amount or how they spend their money. So now the first thing, like I said, financial goals does is what? It provides direction. You have a direction, you have a purpose. You don't just spend, you don't just do impulse buying because your friends are getting this, because this is trendy, because this bag is the most carried by my female friends. You don't just jump at every trend because you have a target, which is a financial goal. So now the first thing it does, like I said, it provides you with direction. You don't just spend your money because you want to spend. You don't just jump at every want you see. Instead, you focus on only your needs. The second thing on the list financial goals does for you is it promotes discipline. If you are able to curtail your need, your spending on wants and focusing on your need, indirectly you've accomplished the goal of managing your discipline. You'll be able to promote your discipline. Like working towards your financial goals encourages discipline, saving, and spending habits. So the moment you put your financial goals into play, one thing you will see yourself doing unconsciously is you have direction. You don't just jump at every trend you see online. You don't just jump at things you see at the mall. You don't just buy things because someone told you or because they're on sales. Everything you do, from that point you've decided to have this discipline, indulge in the financial goal, would start working towards promoting discipline. Also, you get motivated actions. Your actions are motivated. Now, goals provide motivations to earn more, save consistently, and make smarter investment choices. Yes, you will now have positive reasons to do certain things that would want to help you achieve your financial goal decision. Like I said, it motivates your action, because the moment you employ the technique of financial goals, what you start doing is what you start saving. It provides you with motivation to save. If before you usually jump on every trend you see, the moment you have a target for the month or the year, as the case may be, you begin to caution yourself on certain things to do and not to do. And lastly, on my list, I have enabling planning. It enables you to plan. Now, setting goals is a fundamental part of financial planning, helps you to create a path to achieve your goal. So the importance of financial goals are, first, it provides you with direction. Yes, if before you spend aimlessly, you just jump at every trend. The moment you set a target for yourself, the moment you set that target that I want to eat this, I want to do this by 2020, by the year you gave yourself, you will start noticing that you begin to, first thing, it gives you direction on what to do. The next thing, it promotes your discipline, because you begin to ignore the wants and focus on only the need. Also, it motivates your action, because everything will be geared towards achieving your target. And also, it enables planning. Yes, like I said, it helps you to plan. Also, they help you fund your lifestyle, help you meet both financial and personal objectives. Now, how do you set a smart financial decision or financial goal? How do you set a smart financial goal? Now, from the word smart, SMART, SMART. Now, the first letter is X, which stands for specific. Now, before you can set a financial goal for yourself, you need to be specific. Yes, I want to save 100,000 for an emergency fund. You are specific, you are direct, you are intentional about it. I want to save 100,000 naira for emergency funding. That is the smart. That is the S in smart. Then we have the M, which is measurable. Measurable. We have specific, we have measurable. Now, you You track process weekly or monthly. Okay, now you can tell yourself every Monday from September up until December, I want to be able to have at least 100,000 by December, starting from now. So the first thing is what you are specific, you are intentional. I want to save up 100,000 naira from September up until December. Now the second thing is measurable. You begin to measure it. Okay, every Monday I would drop 5,000 in my account or 10,000, so much that by December the money would amount to 100,000 naira. And also we have A, which is achievable. You cannot fool yourself. If, for instance, you're not earning as much as you're supposed to be able to achieve the 100,000 naira, you cannot work with something you don't have at hand. So it is very, very important that you set your goals in an achievable manner. You can make, if for instance you earn like 5,000, after removing all 50,000, I beg your pardon, and you've removed all your basic needs, and you still have like a 5,000 naira you can spare to be kept for the target, it is still very achievable. So ensure that to achieve a financial goal, you set achievable goals for yourself. Like I said, we are looking at the word SMART, how to make smarter financial goals. The first on the list is specific. You need to be specific. I want to buy a car. I want to save for my kids' future. I want to get a new apartment. I want to, you are saying it intentionally. After that, you begin by making your goals measurable. Set a time frame for it. Set a time frame you want to contribute and when it is going to last. Like the third thing, SMA. Now the A is achievable. Be realistic based on your paycheck. Don't plan for money you don't have a source coming from. Don't plan based on, I think, by the grace of God. Don't get me wrong, God does magic, God does miracles now, but make sure you are planning on achievable goals, which are what you can afford or which centers around your paycheck, either from one source of income or even multiple sources of income. Also, we have the relevance, SMAR, that's smart. Now we have relevance. Align goals with life priorities. Don't save for a car if your rent is overdue. You can't be having issues with your landlord and you want to buy a car. First off, it's achievable yet, yes, but it's like a want and not a need. Because you won't tell me that when you're sent out of the house, you would move into your car with your family or with your belongings. So ensure you have a very relevant goal and always allow your goal to align with your life priorities. You cannot want to save for retirement when you cannot even save for the present. So it is very important that you make smarter financial decisions by firstly making them specific. I want to renew my rent before it lapses. It is specific, measurable. Every Monday before my rent lapses, I would pay so amount into my account. You've measured it. Achievable. From my salary or from my other source of income, I will deduct this from this. It is achievable. Now, relevant. Make sure it is actually it aligns with your goals based on life priorities. You can't want to buy a car and you have a sick wife or you have a sick husband or you yourself have a pending health issue you are dealing with, forgetting that health is wealth. And also, lastly, on the smarter financial decision, we have DT, which is time bound. Time bound. Like I said, if for instance now your rent is going to be due by February 2026, you can start from September 2025 up until January 2026 to begin to save, so as you don't get yourself in a chaotic experience when the time comes to renew it. So like I said, how to set smart financial goals starts with being specific. I want to renew my rent by February, so I want to begin from now to start saving for it. Specific. 2, measurable. Every Monday, every Tuesday, every month end, I want to put so into the account for this purpose. That is what? Measurable. Achievable. I want to take from my other source of income to do this. Make sure to achieve the goal, you need to be very realistic. I am taking the money from my monthly salary. I am taking the money from my business. Like, let the income speak for itself. And also relevant, like I said, or ensure your goals are aligned with your life priorities. You can't want to buy a car when you have a pending house rent to deal with. It's not priority. It is like a want over a need. And lastly, time bound. Set a deadline. Set a deadline. If you're just joining us, you're listening to iPower 102.7 FM and the program is Money Sense. Today we've been doing justice on setting financial goals, and I wrapped it up with how to set smart financial decision, and from the word smart, SMART, where we have specific, we have measurable, we have achievable, we have relevant, and of course we have time bound. Now, this is a take home for all my beautiful listeners. Remember, budget without goals equals no direction. You have a budget, you don't have a goal for it, there's no direction. Also, I would implore you to look into yourself and tell yourself, what goals does my target falls on? Is it a short term? Is it a long term? Is it the medium term goal? And like I also said, don't forget to make smart financial decision, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Now, on this week's challenge, I want to employ all my amazing listeners out there to set a financial goal. Now, I challenge you to write 3 financial goals. It could be long term, it could be medium term, it could be short term, and make each smart. Now, when I say make each smart, when you outline your goals, see if it follows a specific, achievable, measurable, relevant, and time bound. Make it smart and put it somewhere visible. It could be on your phone, it could be glued to your fridge, anywhere. Make sure you write your goals out and you see them daily, and ensure it works in line with the SMART principle. Yes, and that is how far we can come on today's edition of Money Sense, where we talked extensively on certain financial goals, which is your roadmap to progress. Until I come your way again next week, many thanks to everyone who has worked with me, from my organ at the top, engineer Paul Olotu, to my engineers in the building, engineer Aura, and my social media manager, Shegun Shege, to everyone that worked with me, the head of news, head of programs, everybody inclusive. I am saying a big thank you for always being there. And of course, to our amazing listeners, because you are there, we're always inspired to do better. Until I come away again next week on this same program, don't touch the dial, because we still have lined up programs for you today for your listening pleasure. I am Florence Ibarema. Ensure you spend and you save. Ensure you spend and you save. Good afternoon.
Another man.